Hello there folks, thanks for clicking onto my channel today. This is Cooking with Sasha China, and tonight I'm going to show you how I do lamb leg steak tray bake. I know I've done it before, but this I'm going to do it a little bit different. So obviously, as you can see, I picked these up from the butcher's today. These lamb leg steaks. Oh, don't they look pretty? So lovely, red and beautiful. So I've literally just seasoned them with some simple salt and pepper. Put them on the plate to come up to room temperature. Lovely jubbly. Also what I've got prepared here, look at me. I've got some courgettes, or some people might call them zucchinis. Some aubergines here. I've also got some fresh tarragon and fresh mint chopped up there. Some mushrooms as well. Don't tell His Majesty because he hates mushrooms. Funny enough though, he ate mushrooms the other night. There we go. Also, a bit of a lockdown. A tin of mixed bean salad. Use any brand you want. In here you got sweet corn, chickpeas, green beans, kidney beans, haricot beans, and another bean as well. Anyway, that's just to bulk it out. You're also going to need a tin of tomatoes, chopped plum, passata, anything you want. Actually, no, don't use passata. It doesn't really work with this. Use fresh garlic if you want, or garlic powder. Some mixed herbs here. You need some bay leaves. You're gonna need a onion. I'm just using a spring onion, or some people might call these green onions as well. Some lamb stock, and also some potatoes as well. Now you can use new potatoes, baby potatoes. I've actually used the red waxy ones, just peeled them and cut them up. They do just as well, you know, it's got to have a bit of carbohydrate in there. Righto, so the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven at 200. Once that's come up to temperature, we're going to whack everything in. So, let's get cooking. First off, guys, I know, haven't seen you for a while. Although I did a video last night. Alright, let's get cracking, guys. Okay, so the first thing I did, let me just do that so you guys can see what I'm doing. I drained off the potatoes, and what I did, once I drained it, I then stirred it around, added in a bit of salt, pepper, and mixed herbs in there so they're coated nice and evenly. So the bottom of your dish, add in a few of the scallions, green onions, whichever one you want to call them. If you want to use fresh onions, yeah, by all means, fry them off beforehand, or put them in raw like this. You're going to want to put in some fresh tarragon and mint down at the bottom like that as well. And also now time for the mixed herbs as well. Just a weird bit in there like that. So it's going to be like super herby, super flavoursome. Yeah. Gonna go with some black pepper now. Oops, sorry. Freshly ground black pepper in there. A smidgen of salt, because you know I don't really like cooking with it, so it's going to be in the potatoes anyway. Get that in there. Okay, and now 2 bay leaves down at the bottom. Oh, there's a small one. Let's put another small one, another one there. Righto. Now, what we're going to do is time to add in the lamb steaks. As you can see, we're going to put that in. Let's see if I can get that back. So obviously these ones are bone in. So I find that sometimes when you're cooking with that bone in, it adds a bit of extra flavour in there as well for you guys. Righto. Place them in there like that. Do not worry if your tray isn't big enough. Squeeze it in, because everything is going to cook down eventually. Now again guys, kitchen hygiene, give that hand a rinse. Sorry, the video is going to be long enough because you're hearing me wash my hands and you guys are currently now just looking at raw meat. I could potentially edit that bit out, but you guys know I don't really edit because I don't want to pay for it because I'm cheap. Okay, so that's what it's looking like now. As you guys can see, you see? Yes, you can. Now it's the time for the veggies. we're going to add in the mushrooms. Just sporadically throw them on top. This is one of these dishes that you can literally just throw together and pop it in the oven. Now it's time for the aubergine. Throw it on top, like that. This aubergine has been soaking and I have squeezed out all the excess juice in it. Now it's time for the courgettes, or some people call them zucchinis. Try not to touch the meat because you've already washed your hands. Right, and now time for the potatoes. Let's get a spoon in there now, just in case we don't want to touch that meat. So try and pat it down as much as possible. Potatoes now. Oop. One is just falling on the floor. Again, guys, try and squeeze it down as much as possible. Wish I did edit, because then you wouldn't have to watch me be all boring. Okay. Now we're going to add in the mixed bean salad, because this is just going to add a bit more oomph to the dish. There we go. Honestly, guys, it looks like one big hot mess at the moment. Show me that camera so you can see it a bit better. Can you guys see now? There we go. Righto. So you can see that I've got the beans in here. Now, it's looking lovely and colourful, yes, I must admit. But try and just get it so the beans aren't so much on top. If you want to layer it in a different order, fine, go ahead. Probably would make sense to put the beans first, because you don't want them to cook because they're smaller. You want the heavy stuff to cook. There we go. Oh man, I'm literally throwing everything across the counter. Okay, and now it's time for the tin of tomatoes. So I've just placed it like that, because now I'm just going to mix it in. Try and get that in there like that. I'm literally throwing everything across the counter today. Don't usually do that. Never mind. There we go. It's alright. It's all part of the cooking process. I should have got a bit of bigger baking tray, I think. Yeah. But the thing is, right, the only issue is though, everything will cook down and it will fit into place. It's like when you're doing roast potatoes. Don't be afraid if they're overcrowded. It's all going to fit into place. Now, bear in mind the juices from the potatoes, the juices from the tomatoes, juices from the courgettes and the aubergine and mushrooms. That's going to add a bit of extra liquid, but just to help it along, we're going to add in some lamb stock as well. Just so you go a bit halfway up, like that. I'm going to pat everything down. All right. And we're going to finish it off with the green onions and scallions on top. Once that's done, we're now going to put in our fresh tarragon and fresh mint. Literally right on the top there, like that. Do not be afraid of fresh herbs. And now I'm just chatting. Okay. And now this is ready to go into the oven. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover it with tin foil. So I'm going to pop some tin foil over the top for the first 20 minutes. Then after that, I'm going to take off the tin foil and let it cook for further. So in total, it's going to be in the oven for about an hour. Alrighty, see you guys when it's ready. Or when I've taken the tin foil off. Alrighty, so it's been uncovered for about 10 minutes now. What I've done is actually taken the meat out from inside the sauce and I put it on a plate on the side. I'm now going to place the meat on top of the dish just so it can brown up and get some colour on it. But it's absolutely smelling good. The aubergines, the courgettes, the potatoes, the bean salad, the tomatoes and the lamb stock is absolutely beautiful, and it's made the lamb ever so tender. Like I said, we're going to give it a bit of colour now. Alrighty folks, and we are ready. Our lamb steaks have got a beautiful colour on them. They're beautiful and tender, and that sauce is amazing. Everything is fantastic. Anyway guys, thanks for checking out my channel today. This was Cooking with Sasha China, and this was me doing my lamb leg steak tray bake with aubergines, courgettes, potatoes, mushrooms and tomatoes. Enjoy guys, see you guys in my next one. Bye now.